Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So we've also got some selections for Sunday. A little bit disappointing and frustrating on Saturday. We had a couple travel into the race nicely or run big races, including True Testimony. He went off, I think he went off like 50 to 1. Massive prize. Actually turned into the straight in the lead, just faded. And Holy Smoke, my nap of the day, came there travelling nicely. I thought he was going to win when he pinged the last. But he just seemed to fade late on. I do have a suggested race for him coming in the review that I think they should, Connection should definitely go for. And off the back of that run, I'm hoping he can get some money back next time and a bit more, obviously, because I think he'll be, a decent price again next time. Never afraid to back a horse a few times a season. If you back, I always work on a horse-by-horse basis. If you back a horse 3 times and they lose twice and they win at 5s, you're 3 points up. That's how I look at it going through the season. So, let's move on to Sunday. There's 5 races that I'm interested in at Aintree. Some of these I've already mentioned in the email to Premium and Pro members. You'll know who they are. Starting off with Lehan, spelled Lehan. Don't know why I was going to spell it for you. I'm sure you can work out which one it is. In the 1240, this one here. Why do I like Lehan? Well, Lehan actually ran in this race last year and finished third. Finished third behind Skyjack Hijack and City Derby. Now, on the day, Skyjack Hijack was winning that off a mark of 113. Do you know, last time out he was seen running in a grade 2 off a mark of 138, and he went off the 11 to 8 favourite that day. Clearly expected to do much better. And, they thought he was a graded horse. Lehan probably just bumped into one there. Okay, but he finished third. Wasn't given the best of rides. Probably given a bit too much to do by Aaron Anderson. And William Maggs takes over this time. Probably given a bit too much to do. But they still thought Lehan would go very close. It only went off 3 to 1 compared to 6 to 4 for Skyjack Hijack. Now, if Connections really knew how good Skyjack Hijack was, he should have gone off odds on and Lehan, having no chance. But they didn't. They still thought that Lehan would go pretty close. I know he was coming into the race off the back of 2 previous wins, so they were, looking for their own treble or 3-timer. But I think Lehan's mark of 122 was 125. Sorry, was under representing him. I think he was better than that. And although it took a few runs to actually get going, he did eventually get a win off 123 at Huntington back in May, and has since stuck to that handicap mark of 125. So runs here off 125. Ran in this race last year off 125. Is there a Skyjack Hijack in this race this year? Not in my opinion. In fact, is he running off 125? Let's just double check that. I feel like he's not. He's running off 124. He's a pound lower than when he went off just 3 to 1 against Skyjack Hijack, and only a pound higher than when winning at Huntington. I think he's got a great chance, Lehan, in a race that I don't see a Skyjack Hijack in. We'll just have a look at something. I don't think they've currently priced up this race, but because he's a bit out of form, I don't expect him to be anywhere near favouritism, to be fair. Oh, they do have the prices now. Here we go. Yeah, nowhere near favouritism. 8's 9 to 1 you can get. 9 to 1 about Lehan. Again, that's an outlier. We don't include outliers. But you can comfortably get 9 to 1 about Lehan. And I'm hoping for a really big run here from Lehan. As I said, in my opinion, I don't see a Skyjack Hijack in this race. And hopefully Lehan can go 2 places better than last year. Second race that I want to talk about is the 115, the Novices Handicap Chase. And I feel there could be a bit of a really interesting horse here that they've got in off a handicap mark, and they're going, wow, I don't know why we've got the handicap mark. We've got to go and try and win that race over fences. So that is Spade Step, who gets to run here off 114. He's only had 3 runs. Finished second to Bellamigo in a novice hurdle. Then finished second to Junker Dallier in a novice hurdle. And then went to Hexham and won at Hexham, beating Mornington Beach by 5 lengths in a novice hurdle when sent off the 1 to 4 favourite. Now, they could have stuck to hurdles. They could have looked at running in hurdles, going handicapping now. They haven't. They've gone straight over fences. You know, he was only winning his novice hurdle in October. They could have easily found potentially even another novice hurdle for him. But they didn't. They went straight over. They're coming straight over fences here. Because in my opinion, I think they've got a decent chaser here. And very cliche, but whatever he did over hurdles was a bonus. And they'd got 3 runs over hurdles, gone, yep, we've got some experience into the horse now. Now we can go over fences very quickly. And I think they've spotted this and gone, 114, that's crazy. We think he is much better than that. We've got to remember, he is also a point-to-point winner. He won his point-to-point. So has jumped fences before. That shouldn't be an issue. I think he's the one to beat here. Spade Step in a race that I think has lots of horses that haven't quite fulfilled the potential and don't scream to be unexposed or progressive or interesting going forward. I think Spade Step really is interesting going forward. Currently get 3-1 about him. It would not surprise me if he went off favourite, because I think the handicap mark is too low for Spade Step. Moving on to the 150, the Veterans Handicap Chase. If you know if you follow my videos, you'll know who I would have been selecting in this race anyway, and that is Milos, who runs over a suitable trip, 3 miles. Is 2 from 3 in Veterans Company. The only time he got beat was over the wrong trip, 2.5 mile. In actual fact, it was just short of 2.5 mile. He needs 3 mile. He needs 3 mile plus. Got to remember, he previously went in a Grand National. He's also won a Coral Gold Cup. Still on his best form, you know, and at his best, he's well handicapped. He won a handicap of 146. He gets to run here off 143. So he's still actually lower than when winning that Coral Gold Cup. This is the right trip. I still like the horse. I still think he's showing plenty of ability. He won last time out in that was a Veterans at Fakenham. Beat Tommy Bow by 5.5 lengths and was quite comfortable that day. The Skelton's horses are running well. They had a couple of winners yesterday. They had a couple of good runs today. They had a second behind the very impressive Conman John, and Ho Jolie Smoke ran well for a long way for them today, finishing third, just getting tied up the run-in. So yeah, I think the Skeltons are here with lots of horses that are going well. I say here, obviously they're going to Aintree, but I think they're not. Their horses aren't out of form or looking very flat. That is Milos. I think he's going to run a really big race. What price is Milos? Let's have a look. Currently available at 11-4. I think he's the one to beat personally. Milos, I think he might go off favourite. We move on to the 255 and we stick with the same trainer-jockey combination. That is Boomborn for the Skeltons. I like Boomborn. I think he's... If this was a graded race, I wouldn't be as keen. I think there's better horses in the race. The likes of Ahoy Senor in particular. But it is actually a limited handicap. And Boomborn is therefore getting a bit of weight from the likes of Ahoy Senor. Getting £9 from Ahoy Senor. Carries the same as Hitman. Okay, has to give a weight to Manila Drama and Imperial Saint. Imperial Saint is probably the danger. A winner over course and distance last year. Yeah, he is definitely the danger. But I just think Boomborn has been there, done that, got the t-shirt against better horses, and has competed in some good races. Finishing second to Rabaul at Kempton. Rabaul's obviously very good at Kempton. Fourth last time out, or 2 runs ago, sorry, in the Manifesto at Aintree, behind Impere Pass, Gidley Park and Django Bay. In my opinion, a reproduction of that effort, and he wins this. I really do think that. They are all grade 1 horses, top class grade 1 horses, consistent, yeah, right at the very, very classy grade 1 horses, those 3. Django Bay had obviously come from winning the Arkle. Impere Pass is a multiple grade 1 winner, and Gidley Park is highly regarded. I think a reproduction of that Manifesto run, and we see Boomborn win this and beat Imperial Saint, who looks progressive, but I just wonder whether he's going to quite be able to hit the heights of the likes of Boomborn and a Hoisinor going forward. You can currently get... Oh, not that race. It's the 255, isn't it? You can currently get 4s about Boomborn, because the money is all coming for Imperial Saint. I'm thinking Boomborn might be better, just a better horse than Imperial Saint now and going forward. And finally, the last race that I want to talk about is the 330, where I like Serious Challenge. Another one of these horses like Spade Step. Been running in novice hurdles. Last seen running in a novice championship final handicap hurdle. Finished a good 4th behind Give It To Me OJ, who's just about to run at Cheltenham. In a good race, that was. Finished 4th. Didn't quite have the ability to win that day. However, they've not stuck around in hurdles for long. They've not even gone over fences properly. They've gone... Actually, I don't know what I'm saying there. This is a hurdle race. I think that is a very good hurdle performance. And this season, a little bit more improvement. And I think that one's going to take all of the beating here in this handicap. The 4th placed effort was a very good 4th placed effort. And yeah, some of his other previous wins, beating the likes of John Barber and Kitesheim, beating Bowen's on Fire, who's obviously ran really well at Cheltenham this week. Yeah, I think that's all top-class form and better form than what a lot of his rivals have shown. He has been priced up accordingly. 11-4 is available. I think he takes all of the beating here for Fergal O'Brien and Jonathan Burke. So they are my selections for tomorrow. A quick recap. Lehan to go 2 places better than last year in this race. I don't think there's a Skyjack hijack in the race. Spade Step going straight into handicap company over fences. I think that's very key and very eye-catching. Milos back into a veterans race over the correct trip. I think I'll make it 3 from 3 over 3 mile veterans races. Boomborn, I think it's between Boomborn and Imperial Saint. Both got really good form at the course. Boomborn, I just feel is a better horse than Imperial Saint, and Imperial Saint won't quite hit the heights that Boomborn has. And Serious Challenge to step forward from that 4th placed effort in a very good handicap at Sandown. A reproduction of that, and probably would be good enough to win this as well.